Yo, welcome back. We'll be continuing the final episodes of Mr. Christmas. Asia and anyone else who's joining today, let us hop right in. I can't believe this event is so long. I mean, I know it's just the standard length, but it's kind of annoying that it's the standard length when it's like 2 weeks long only. So we're gonna go ahead and continue off with episode 6 and finish off with the epilogue. The epilogue is thankfully only 1 part long. Hey Yun-Chen, it's nice to see you again, and it will be the last episode. Finally, thank God, I'm so tired of this. I'm already done with this. Like, you know, I was like kind of hyping it up and saying, oh yeah, it's getting away from formulaic and all that. That's like my cope right now to get myself to enjoy it. Right now, this episode is, or this event has been, so far, it's like, I don't know, it's more of the same, to be honest. Let's be real. Oh my gosh, the Santa sign! Except for the Santa sign, it's very cool. Even Iger isn't real, it can't hurt you. Someone needs to drop fan art of that, just curse Irby. Ready for anniversary? Same. It's Christmas Eve at Sauna Village. As Tomte predicted, the devils you've been waiting for have all arrived right on cue. Just as I thought. I knew you would show up sooner or later, having taken possession of all the naughty kids who ate saunas. Saunas, Santa. Who here, women and pronouns. Just look no further than Leonin. You already have the bald eye gear emote, so it's fine. Well, bald is fine, but lack of facial hair, maybe not as much. From what I've heard, your tricks and dirty deeds have been escalating. So it only seemed logical to assume you'd target the departure ceremony site to finish things off. To disrupt whatever ceremony may be left in order to ensure, once and for all, that your hated Santa is rejected by the masses. I didn't want to admit it at first, but you are all a part of me, so I know exactly how you think. Dante. The tough part now is making sure I hold firm and have faith in what I'm doing until the bitter end. It's unclear if that statement is directed at the devils or at someone else. Maybe it's actually meant for all parties. I hated them, you know. I hated the people who made me into this devil. Well, these devils. Yeah, fuck Eden. Tomte hated. He hated and hated for a long time. He hated that some arbitrary belief system from some far-off place, fucking Crusades Christianity, a place called Eden, had summarily judged his very existence. Piece of shit, Eden. The faith of that world was so childishly simple. The naughty were to be banished to hell, while the nice would be sent to heaven. That was it. So I am actually raised Christian, and, you know, I do have a lot of high regards to their belief system, was, you know, what it means to be good and faithful, but the division between good and bad has always been a bit shaky with me, and it screws over people like this all the time. Particularly with the LGBT stuff. You can be a bit flex with your interpretation of Christianity, but in the end, it is in some parts of the Bible. Do not sleep with your fellow men. And Santa was one of the founders of that system, so Tomte hated Santa too. But it wasn't just the faith and the man that Tomte hated. He came to hate anything and everything originating from Eden. He had no qualms about throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Being gay is a sin. Well, that's when you take it to the logical extreme, or I guess the faithful extreme by the book. The Protestant Christianism. So yeah, pretty much Republicans and Americans, but that undertone technically is there no matter what kind of sect you're from. And that hatred. That level of hatred. It isn't something that can be shaken off in a day. It's a part of who he is. It's bound to his very being. Things just kept happening to him over and over. And with each painful experience he endures, the time needed to heal that wound increases, while the hatred within him grows evermore. I don't have time to wait. Not now, not today. So I choose to deny that hatred. I choose to forgo it. That whole mess can be settled somewhere down the line. Instead, I want to show you all a different kind of Santa. A different flavor, where I can coexist with all this hatred. I am still unsure what he's planning to do, honestly. So let's just see. The demons are all completely remain silent, still and quiet. Waiting for Tomte to finish. It's an odd sight, since they're part of him. It's as if they're listening intently to their own words. Here in Tokyo, belief in Eden and belief in Santa are not necessarily one and the same. Yeah. Secularism. I was surprised that Santa came along, but then again, it sort of makes sense that after the crushing invasion from Eden, Santa comes soon after. Well, not soon after, but sometime after, because that is what happened with Christianity and secular Christmas. Savi! Boop. And that leaves an opening. We can take advantage of us in this situation. In Tokyo, Santa Claus is simply regarded as someone who gives presents to good children. Dark Santa, then, punishes bad children. It varies from place to place, but some believe he smacks them with a switch. That would be, actually correct, but sure. While others believe he gives undesirable presents to them, like cold baked potatoes or animal entrails. That one, last one is always shaking me. For real, animal entrails to children? Jesus Christ. No one in Tokyo subscribes to the belief that Dark Santa will send wicked children to hell, however. And that's where we have the advantage this time around. I'm sure I'm on the naughty list just for thinking of this, say nothing of my inability to let go of the hatred in my heart. But I want to face the music. I want to see that kindly face again, to be scolded by that stern gaze again. I want to be disciplined not by Santa, but by the two sides of Headmaster Dead and Ayrton. I want you to see what I'm about to do. I want you to watch till the very end and see it with your own two eyes. What am I gonna be watching? Pretty sure it's okay for it to be me. I don't know what I'm decenting here, but sure. Of course, it has to be you. After all, you've seen me at my best and my worst. I don't think Tomte's the masochist king. He's just like very borderline kink for a lot of them, but he's not actually like that. I don't know what his kink is. It's more of a doormat than it is being a masochist. That's what he really is up to. But even then, as we saw, he's not even a doormat. He's more like someone who's kept it all in until he just became the quiet kid in the back of the class and started guns a-blazing. Not just the nice Tomte, and not just the naughty Tomte. You've seen me as I am, in my entirety. That's why I need you to oversee what I'm about to do. I need you to watch over me all the way. Or a stunt. Oh yeah, voyeurism. That's another one of his kinks. That's one's legitimately straight up. I'm watching. Are you confessing your love for me? I hope you're not joking, because you may never be able to take back what you're saying. I'm awful naughty, you know. I may just play some tricks on you if you're not careful. Thank you, Arthur. Tomte raises his birchwood bundle above his head, his gaze fixed upon the naughty listers in attendance, those who hate Santa Claus. You can't be a naughty lister just for hating Santa Claus. It's time, all you bad kids. Expunge all those sick thoughts from your heads and come back to us now. Birchwood, break! You can just get rid of them without a sauna? Are you for real? You could have done this all this time? Were the saunas just a fucking stupid excuse then? It was just fucking stupid excuse. Fucking Tomte. Speechless shit, Tomte, making us take, like, 5 billion saunas. That can't be good for our body at that point, just because he wants out his sauna. But he's like, oh, it's to purify them. Even he could have just done this all the time. Jesus Christ. It hurts. It's so good. Santa's feelings too. He just wanted an excuse to build 10 billion saunas. Yeah. Tante's notebooks begins to glow as all the devils in sight are sucked into its pages. A short time later, just before the start of the departure ceremony, with the sun at its highest point in the sky. This is Tante, in charge of the ceremony planning. Committee members and other interested parties, thank you for heeding my call. Hey Xena, welcome, welcome. And nice to see you, and take care, whatever you're up to after. Looks like we have everyone here. The helpers with the Sauna Village, as well as Shinjuku and Ikebukuro and Emord Patisserie, Cafe Asterism, and friends. Facing their own fear and shadow, yeah. The executive committee members who responded to Tante's call to action have all gathered in an empty classroom at Santa School. First of all, I want to apologize to each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart, for running off like I did. Alright, Tante, I'm sure we've all done it at one point. I actually did have this experience in high school, where I actually did run away from, like, a field trip, and some shit went down, and I eventually got suspended, but that's neither here nor there. Tante gives a deep bow to emphasize the sincerity of his words. So I know where he's coming from. Sometimes shit just goes down and you can't take it. Well, I certainly can't expect you to forgive me just for saying these words, but I hope you prove my sincerity with my actions. As I'm sure many of you are already aware, Headmaster Dead has vanished from his fair city. Yeah, Tante, it's fine. Looks at Yule. Yeah, you're right, Yule did run away too with Santa Sec. Shake my head. Please permit me to explain what's going on in a bit more detail. Tante thoroughly explains to the crowd the reasons for Dead's disappearance. Each of the committee members listens intently with stern, serious looks on their faces. Unlike we Santas in training, Headmaster Dead has no link binding him to others as Santa Claus outside of Christmas. So one belief in Santa Claus went throughout Tokyo that caused Headmaster Dead to vanish entirely. That's why, if we want to get him back, we need to restore that belief among the masses. Which means we need to deliver presents to nice kids and punishments to naughty ones before Christmas Eve is out. The thing is, if we accept the inheritance of Headmaster Dead's secret artifact and use it to do this, he might be gone for good. Therefore, this leaves us with one solution only. We need to deliver presents and punishments across Tokyo without relying on the present sack. Oh? Going real traditional here. No cheating this time. A collective shudder courses through the massed crowd, with doubt and concern visible on every face. I don't fully understand the logic here. Dead's existence, yes, it is tied to Santa Claus, but it's not tied to his sacred artifact. So I don't see how them doing this will necessarily bring back a Dead, but sure, hand wave that. Obviously, that's something I can't possibly do on my own. Even if everyone in Santa School pitched in, it wouldn't be enough. That's why I'm going to need the support of each and every one of you here today. Every single executive committee member. I know I've been a pretty lousy leader up until now, but together, we can make things right. I have every faith in you. Alright, Tante. Guess we have no choice. Let's bring back the better Dead. The better Santa. Us? Why? LifeWonders? Yes. So true. It's okay, we have you. Yeah, we can deliver all these presents fine, but I still don't get it. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna air out my grievances at the end of this. Arthur. Thank you. Arthur. Thank you. As a member of Comet Attack's executive committee, I'm with you at all to the end. Let's do this! The departure ceremony ain't over till Santa's on his way. If I give up now, we get a disgrace to the crafter's name. Plus, we can't own you for what you did for Musashi. You know, give him a bath. It was very difficult. We crafters will support you until Santa comes back. I appreciate the kind words, but Musashi's position was ultimately my fault. Are you sure you're overlooking that? I mean, putting that part aside, he did help get Musashi into the sauna, and that alone is really something. Ever since then, our guild has gone full steam ahead with Sonic Race. As far as I'm concerned, you showed us a whole new world. Indeed, I have faced this. Will happily give my all to this endeavor as well. Everyone, you may request of me what you will. Is he pretending to face us now? There are a lot of people here, huh? Tell us, can you take care of this? Because Papa's helping, and we need to too. Don't worry, Crater. You can trust this task to me. Hear my words in your stead. Everyone will come to realize the endless generosity of the great Hephaestus. Just you watch. Of course, as a representative of Bukuro Academy's executive committee, we should lend our aid as well. It would be quite a pity for those of us with an obsessively festive streak, after all, for this to be our last Christmas. Therefore, we do hereby declare, as the head of Ikebukuro, that all our resources will be at your disposal in this.
Hey, I'm back, I'm still relevant. I'm not enrolled at Bukuro Academy or anything. So, why am I even here?
Well, you had a variant, so we have to tag you along now. Because you were wandering aimlessly at the entrance to the ceremony grounds, so I figured you must have time on your hands.
Well, you figured wrong. I'm not going to have the chance to give my presents to my friends if I'm caught up in all this. I guess if there's something I can do to help, I'll do it. If I ignore those in need, I wouldn't be much of a cool cat.
Shut the fuck up, CJ.
You go, Kato. You're really becoming quite the pretty kitty, you know that? That's a nice pussy. As for me, I'm usually the one hogging the spotlight, but today, I'm cool with working behind the scenes for a change.
Why is CJ even here? Well, ultimately, this was a formulaic event. There were some things where it broke the formula a bit, but ultimately, there's pretty hard divisions between each episode. The only ones I think had a real point of being there, even though they were episodic, was Tetsuya's as well as Kalki's role, because they showed the contrast to Tante's stories of how it wasn't necessarily just purify the bad, right? But Iger had no reason to be there, and Citri had no reason to be there. And was there anyone else? I can't even remember if there was anyone else. I know there was at least one person. Who did we hang out with Shiro? I'm suddenly forgetting the very first chapter. Whatever, I'm sure it'll come back to me. I'll do whatever I can to be of assistance as well. Kalki, Mighty, will join. Takamaru. Yeah, I forgot about him completely. Why are the 5 stars so fucking irrelevant in this? It's just like it's virtual summer memory again. Well, actually, Hephaestus was kind of relevant for the worst. But in this case, it's like both 5 stars did almost nothing. Takamaru is just like, functionally irrelevant just because he had to build the saunas, but he didn't actually do anything for the entire story. Otherwise, okay, sure. And as we saw, we don't even need the saunas anyways. Tom Takeover just uses fucking birchwood and resolve the issue to begin with. Jesus Christ. I'll do whatever I can to be of assistance as well. Elki, Mighty, will you join us? Takamaru gets a heat stroke. Still no explanation of why he's dressed in a Mrs. Santa Claus outfit, but okay, I guess we'll just never learn that. Of course, Shinya. I'll follow your lead. I'm not overly enthused with the way things have gone here today. But when push comes to shove, it's only proper for Santa Claus to come on Christmas. I'll do what I can to that end. Yo, Oddly, welcome. It's okay if you're a bit late, it's fine. And I will spare no effort when it comes to Shinya and my new friends. You may all feel honored to have Kalkuri on your side.
So that Santa Claus guy is really gone, huh? That makes me... that makes me so sad.
Eita, your nose is running. Here's a tissue. Give it a cool blow. Oh, come on. Even Eita was more relevant than Iger. Give Eita a break. I'm just more upset at Iger just I'm gonna be bigger than you, and I'm not gonna help with the rest, even though both you and Makura are gonna be helping with moving the supplies. I'm taking a sauna. Like, fucking most irrelevant variant yet. Jesus Christ. Actually, Shenong is pretty relevant too. Both Aiger, Shenong, and... Takuma is slightly relevant, but Aiger and Shenong, the worst 5-star events in terms of story relevance whatsoever. Come now, Ita. Come now, Ita. It's much too soon for tears. You heard of our elden friend. When one gem is taken from us, we recapture it. No, it is justified. No, in this case, I don't think so. You're waiting for some people. Oh, okay. Well, glad that you managed to sort that out.
Mr. Highgear, how many times I gotta tell you? My head ain't no armrest.
Is he working out like this with Ita? That's funny. How can he even do that? What the heck? Aiger's enormous, even in his base form. So, Ita, he'd be like having to do this to reach Ita, who's like one of the shortest characters in the game.
Wait, I'm not Tetsuya. What are you doing here?
Finally, they're interacting after 10 million years of like this sort of what's called foreshadowing.
You sure you ain't on any executive committee?
Shut your mouth, Kengo. This doesn't involve you. I have my reasons. This is just the way things turned out, is all.
Hey, you don't gotta be like that. If we're all on the same side, just say so. Let's both stand a ton of presidents or whatever.
It's just for today, you got that. And don't even think about getting in my way. Thank you so much, everyone. Truly.
I don't think the issue is getting enough people to hand out presents. The issue is making enough presents, but okay, sure. Seems you've got the whole crowd on board. So, Tomte, how about you finally fill us in on your idea? Without using the rule from Headmaster Dad's secret artifact, how do you intend for us to accomplish all of Santa's duties?
That's you. My reason is because Erethan's here.
I think he's... I mean, he did give us that card so we could, like, bed him later, which was pretty fucking thirsty from Tetsuya out of nowhere. But, you know, apparently he's used to sleeping around like that. But I think he's mostly here for Tomte's sake. Yeah, I ship Tomte and Tetsuya quite a bit. The Twunks can go and stake out. More Santa, chubby Santa for me.
Right. Let's start with the distribution of presents. Without the big white present sack from which anything can be drawn. We will, as you may have presumed, need to transport all the gifts and personnel for this operation the old-fashioned way.
Isn't that what you were doing anyways?
I say personnel because the presents don't necessarily have to be things. Some can be services or deeds as well. Depending on the child, for example, they may wish to play house with Santa, for example. Some may even want to fight him. They're referring to Ikutoshi here and Agutsuji. Pardon the skepticism, but this seems unfeasible. We would need some form of all-knowing secret artifact to achieve this.
Well, luckily we have Tomte's secret artifact, which lets us read people's minds.
And that's totally unethical whatsoever to not only read everyone's minds, but also to read children's minds. Sure. We have one. My notebook lists the greatest desires of every kid in Tokyo. I spent a long time filling its pages.
Tomte has a report to all the kids in Tokyo,
and with it, I think we can set our sights in providing them with all with presents they'll enjoy, to some extent or another.
It's okay if Santa does it, because he saw it.
It's weird if Tomte does it. That's my non-bias right there. That's going to be the keystone to this whole operation. Shiro, I'd like you and Arathan to handle this part.
That's a lot of responsibility, but we'll give it our all.
So you're leaving this crucial task to us.
I must confess, I'm not typically very good at picking out presents.
I have every faith in your analytical abilities, Shiro. Plus, you'll have me with you, and Arathan.
Alright. I'll do my absolute best to exceed your expectations. I look forward to working with you on this.
As far as supplying the presents for the children goes...
Ah, yes. I've already graciously received offers from both Ikabuku and Kamato for assistance in that regard.
Indeed. As long as we have a debt to repay, we shall not be caught sitting on our hands. We are at your disposal. Oh, but worry not. we will take this opportunity to print advertisements for our foundations on all the toys we produce. So was Claude's forgetting of Santa Claus just like not related to Tante then? I mean, I get that that is fading in existence, but I don't think that necessarily entails, you know, everyone's memories of that fading as well. But sure. I guess he's never seen Dead in person. Or maybe it's more like the memory specifically of the vague Santa Claus, not specifically Dead, that was fading. Interesting. That's weird. Yeah, you could just like, if the faith of something weakens, then everyone's collective memories of it also weakens. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that's really how it works in Housamo, but let's just hand wave that way. Oh, but worry not. We will take this opportunity to print advertisements for our foundation on all toys we produce. When considering the future branding opportunities that open up, it is truly a small price to pay. Present right when you need them.
And for us crafters, just leave everything else to old Take. The old materials he provided us are gonna save the day. See, with this secret artifact, we can get our hands on whatever we want and mass-produce gifts for the kiddos at record speed.
There you go, getting carried away again.
Oh, you got spirit, that's true.
I think I'm blushing a bit. I'm down for whatever the Guildmaster wants of me too. You just leave the construction of goods to us. You're all lifesavers. Thank you so much. Now, next is the actual distribution of those presents. Because belief in Santa is on the decline, Santa power is down too. That will severely impact our ability to deliver on time. In order to minimize the burden placed on the reindeer, I'd like to use other methods of transport as needed. You leave that part to us. My biker gang's standing by. He has a biker gang. Okay, sure. Wow. I'm kind of liking this. It's a very traditional kind of Christmas story where, what's it called? Someone else is taking the place of Santa Claus to bring Christmas joy. I like it. At least the solution is pretty clever, at the very least. Excellent. Sounds like the presents are all settled then. Next up, we need to discuss Dark Santa's deliveries to naughty kids.
Indeed. That is much more of a conundrum. How to accomplish our task without foregoing accountability of the wicked? Dark Santa, as I understand it, it punishes those who are judged as naughty, either through discipline or with undesired gifts. Though there are exceptions. It would seem that most so-called naughty children resent or avoid Santa due to past incidents. However, avoiding Santa has typically proven quite impossible due to the karmic judgment of Headmaster Dead's sacred artifact. With that as the rule, many who would be recipients of Dark Santa's punishments may very well slip through the cracks entirely.
Not to worry. I've already considered that. And if my hunch is correct, we won't have to seek out those who've been judged naughty, because they should come to me themselves.
What? But why? How can we...
You don't need to do anything. Just let me worry about it. I'll be making use of this.
It's okay, we have perhaps punishment. I think the issue is identifying them, not the actual meeting of punishment.
With this birchwood bundle sacred artifact, I'll round up all the devils.
That's a sacred artifact? That was just used for saunas.
Actually, so did I until just a short while. Okay, that explains it. He didn't know it was a sacred artifact, he just carried it with him all this time without realizing it was a sacred artifact. Sure, Jen. Took me by surprise when I realized there was more to it than that. He was just carrying something that he didn't know was a sacred artifact all this time, because it was his favorite branch to whip people with. As I continue remembering my past, the birchwood bundle started to glow with the light of a rule. And I know now what that rule is. Oh. Actually, does he have a notebook? Oh, I guess he does. I never even noticed that notebook until now. But before that, I need to discuss what happens afterward. Citrian, you, Toyosu Marine Academy gang, lend me a hand. Yes, there's quite a few people that have at least 2 sacred artifacts. I'm going to give Dead's Dark Santa a bit of a makeover. Still in keeping with the traditional stylings, though, of course. But I'm going to need your help to make it happen.
Uh-huh. Well, yes. I mean, well, why not us? Yeah! Leave it to us. That's the cool cat thing to say, right? Up, CJ.
Oh, a makeover before Dark Santa, you say? Fascinating. Just what are you planning, Tomte? I'm planning to give happiness to all children. That's something both Light Santa and Dark Santa wish for. You're waiting for it to come out? Citri, if you don't want to do it, don't be here. Yeah, Citri's being a bit of a pushover right now, but whatever. We'll still uphold the tradition of displaying naughty kids or giving them coal, potatoes, or entrails. I don't know about the last part. You can probably skip the last part. In fact, I insist you skip the entrails. But I like to see us moving on, simply rewarding the good and punishing bad. At any rate, the time has come. Let the final preparations for the Santa School departure ceremony begin. The naughty kid, you'd like a potato. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. And, you know, more immediate use than something like coal. Good of you to come to this departure ceremony. Welcome. Make your choice. Will you eat in or take out? The decision rests with you. Well, that's certainly intimidating, but I'd really like as a smile. We do not have any items on the menu with that name. If you're not going to order, then please step aside for someone who is. Okay. I thought Kalki was kind of boring before, but I'm really vibing with how I'm characterizing right now as this over-the-toply aggressive character. That's gotta be the least inviting reception I've ever gotten in a restaurant. I'd like to see him and face off with you, Toji. I believe I'm at least marginally more sociable. Kalki is renowned for his inflexibility. We trained under the same master. I'm surprised to see you here, Toji. Are these acquaintances of yours? Bad vibes? I wouldn't say Kalki gives bad vibes. It's more like he gives extremely aggressive and angry vibes. It's kind of funny, since there's not very many characters who have straightforwardly negative emotions on the outfit like that. But we have two of them in this case, Kalki and Tetsuya. Pretty interesting. Dear classmates, this is Ryota Yakushimaru, and this is Arthur. So, why have you come? Have you decided upon presents for the children? We're most of the way there, yeah? Here, Ryota, this is for you. A letter? Don't tell me it's a love letter. Mission from headquarters. Sounds exciting. Deliver presents to the assigned coordinates, it says. So it's a little delivery mission? Whoa! I'm going to need to power up for it. With some extra nutrition. Kalki, please bring enough cakes to stretch from here to here. Toji, Arthur, let's eat them together. Very important we eat before we go. Are you certain? That looks like an awful lot of cake for 3 people. It is, but I want to try every variety you have. Plus, Hey, Ryota! Save some room for my roast chicken, salad, and hors d'oeuvres, will you? I put a lot of work into the main dishes, and I'll be waiting for you when you all come back. I was waiting for Choji. He was supposed to be responsible for the main course, but then we never saw him. And then we saw fucking Abisu's thing where I thought he suddenly took over the main course. I was like, was Choji not doing the main course? Whatever. It's not even important in the end. But still, like, what's up with that? They never even talked about beforehand what that Abisu would be taking over the main courses. Whoa, really? Choji, that sounds so good. Thank you. I'll do my best to keep a special place open in my tummy for all that. Anything out now, Zabi? Take care, Zabi. And thanks for watching up until this point. Have a Merry Christmas. Oh man, I started getting dry from voice acting. Oh no, I'm having another meltdown again. Silence falls upon the Santa School. There in the principal's office, that's present sack, secret artifact sits untouched. Yul reaches out for it with a quivering hand. Is he thinking of taking it again? This bitch. He's like, now I get to be the real Santa Claus. Fuck everyone else. He darts his eyes back and forth with uncertainty and guilt and makes his move. This bitch. Or at least that was the plan. Stops short and hangs his head. We needed a tiny bit of a mental illness before this event ended. Just a tiny bit. He stops short and hangs his head, a look of shame and sadness washing over his face. Yule.
Oh, Tante! I wasn't gonna try to steal Dad's role and be the new Santa Claus. Totally not me.
So this is where you got yourself off to. I was a little worried, so I went looking for you.
Yeah, I guess I kind of skipped the final prep for the departure ceremony. Sorry, Tante.
Here Irby is looking forward to the Yule mental illness. It's fine. Actually, it's not. To all of us here, Headmaster Dead is like a father.
I know. That's why I really do want him to return. And that's why I couldn't bring myself to just take a Sakura artifact, even though I was about to, no matter how much I wanted to. I mean, maybe if you weren't here 3 seconds ago, then maybe I would change my mind, but that's neither here nor there.
Yule. We're the same inside, you and I. We both have a nice and naughty side within us. That's what's driving me to remake the image that everyone has of Santa Claus. And that's why I really need your help.
It's so unfair of you to say that. I've always thought of you as my biggest rival in the Santa department, you know? You just started existing now.
A rival is just a friend who pushes you to go farther. What? He has rivals in the Santa department as well as in the Dark Santa department. Because I remember you distinctly said that Krampus was actually his rival too for, just in terms of what's called the amount of talent he had natively. Jeez, Yule's making enemies left and right. A rival is just a friend who pushes you to go farther. Or that line in the superhero movie while I watch with Krampus on DVD. Yule is the world's rivals. So true.
Oh, that Krampus. Thank you, Tante. I feel a little better now.
I do still have one favor to ask of you though, Yule. I want you to be my buddy tonight.
You saying you want me to be one of your reindeer?
No, I'm not. I want to change the whole system into something totally different from Santa and his reindeer as we know them.
Something different? Like what?
Yule, I know what you've been worrying about. I know you've been uncertain about everything since the beginning. And I want to do something about it. I want to be there for you. I want us to find what's missing together.
Okay then. I'm in. I'll go wherever you want me to take me, Tante. Even into the snowy skies above.
That's the spirit. Now come on. Let's go rekindle the people's belief in Santa Claus. Or even better, let's go usher in a new Santa Claus for a new era. You first, Yule. You need to leave the room now so that you don't take the Santa secret artifact.
You caught me.
Final episode. A present from a thoughtful Santa, aka the title of this event. I could totally imagine if Tante didn't step in, Yule would have totally taken the sacred artifact. Still, if Yule isn't playing the role of reindeer, then is it Tante implying he's going to play the role of Santa Claus instead? I mean, technically it's not his first time, but it's a good way to distract him from taking the sacred Santa sack. Alright, part 2. Let's do this. Happy Merry Thanks Valen Christmas Tween. It does seem like a lot of these events are doing those kind of crossovers now, huh? Mostly Valentine's and Christmas tend to have a bad case of crossover. But, I think at least starting with Showdown, it got a lot more original. Somewhere, at any given moment, a child is crying. The child feels helpless to do anything and disallowed from trying anything. They simply cry as if to say,
"Here I am. Please notice me."
And I, as a so-called good kid, someone on the nice list, have always simply pretended not to see such children. I've been on nice listed for as long as I can remember. Someone anyone can point to say, "See? That there is a good kid." I've always done everything to the best of my ability, but in moderation. I've never stood up very much, but I've helped others whenever and wherever I could. In maintaining this impossible image, I've turned down things so as not to seem too greedy, and avoided establishing any deep, long-lasting bonds with anyone else. And any time something surfaces within me that seems to threaten this way of life, I'll unceremoniously cut that part of me away, and go on living the life so thoroughly constructed. Each time, I think to myself, there goes another part of who I am, discarded like so much refuse. Secretly, I've always despised this world that divides its people into tidy yet unattainable categories like nice and naughty. So true! You know, this event, as formulaic as it is, I like the message a lot in terms of this right here. I was like, fuck that distinction. Yet I have no one to blame for it but myself. It wasn't the world that divided me into nice and naughty. It was me. Kind of both, honestly. He only started dividing himself into nice and naughty just because the world started imposing that on himself at first, and then it eventually severely hurt Tante. Outwardly, I've identified the nice part as the real me, and the naughty part as something that's not me. And that's just been how I've lived my life thus far. You're naughty? I'm sure you are. I think this is why it doesn't feel at all strange for me to push the reset button and change everything now. Maybe I just cut off the part of myself that made memories with Headmaster Dead and all of my Santa School friends as well, in search of greener pastures. Only this time, thanks to the many encounters I've had along the way, someone actually chased after the part of me to stop it from leaving. For the first time, somebody cared. No, this wasn't the first time. Granddad and Grandma cared. So did Headmaster Dead, and no doubt there are many others I have yet to remember. I just never heard the voices calling out to all of the naughty parts of me that I cut from my being. I never really noticed them. I've been repeating the same mistake again and again, and if this is the first time for anything, it's simply the first time I've finally realized that. I've always just wanted to find happiness with myself. With all of myself. With every last estranged naughty bit I've turned my back on. One of your favorite versions of Santa Claus is from Hunger Teen Aquaforce. I know the show, but I don't know which Santa Claus it is. I guess it's an episode I didn't see. And I don't just want to find my own happiness, but happiness for every child. It's such a simple concept. I just want everyone to be happy. Rather than cutting off parts of who we are, let's just identify the parts of us that make the world a little less bright and work to improve them. That too is such a simple concept. I'm quite certain that what I see couldn't really be called Santa. But I just can't stop seeking something because it doesn't line up with what other people expect. That'll just result in another part of me getting cut off and left behind again. I haven't yet found a name that encompasses me as I am now, alongside the multitude of other me's I've cut off and abandoned. So we may still have to rely on the board name of Santa Claus for the time being. It's very ridiculous and dumb, the Santa Claus from Awkward Comic Force. I might have to look it up later. But I hope that one day we'll be able to come up with something more proper. Thank you. Grandpa. And no, there's still time. Well, we can still make it, Headmaster Dead. I'll thank you in person when we do.
You know, just because we ain't possessed anymore doesn't mean we don't still hate Christmas or Santa Claus.
The naughty children, released from the control of the devil, still turned toward Tomte with the scorn in their voices and on their faces.
Yeah, I can't stand Christmas. To me, it's just a day when a horrible old man comes and punishes me.
I see. Well, that's funny, because that's exactly how I think of a Christmas, too.
Huh? Okay, you're not trying to fool. You're Santa, ain't ya?
Santa. I suppose at this moment, I still am Santa, yes.
Dante suddenly raises his birchwood bundle in the air, but his intent is not to punish anyone.
It feels so good! The cold, Santa. This is amazing!
Though he strikes the naughty children with his bundle, there's no malice behind it. Rather, it makes them sweat in the intense heat of Sana, and their eyes light up with ecstasy. What, are they just gonna whip a bunch of naughty children now? And that will no longer be a negative present? Yes! Yes! Bring them in! My restaurant's famous baked potato and tripe dishes. I've seasoned them to perfection to help remove the pungent odor and appeal to the palates of younger customers. Yes, this is much more my style than some showy, picture-perfect Christmas dinner.
Holy Christmas! This is delicious!
So, why don't you all have at me now with all the harsh words and criticisms you've been saving up all these years? Let them rip.
You know you cool cats have a lot to say, and we want to hear what you really think.
Chop CJ. This is my new take on Dark Santa. Still fulfilling all the old traditions, but in a whole new context. So he's just gonna whip them and make them feel relaxed? Okay, sure. The Santa School students dressed in their Santa outfits, and the executive committee members from each of the other schools stand in orderly rows at Sana Village. Each of them holds a sack not imbued with any of the Santa power from that secret artifacts, but filled to the brim with toys for girl children throughout Tokyo. Well, have you all warmed your bodies in saunas and filled your bellies with delectable Christmas dinner? If so, then time has come for all of you Santa School students and committee members to begin delivering presents. All hands, prepare for departure! At Sante say no. The Santa and their buddies all mount their various sleighs, and the reindeer department students take their positions. I've never seen a single reindeer department student other than Yule. And Tangrizin doesn't count because he's a teacher. Are you good to come with me, Arthur? I want to keep a close eye. I want you to keep a close eye on me. Make sure I don't run away again. That I see things through this to the end. We're dead. For real. You got it. I'll always look out for you. Wait, who's watching the Naughty Kids? Don't worry. I left one of the other Miis and charged them. There are so many, it would be a waste not to make use of them. The other Miis have been sent out all over the city to help clean up all the messes made by them as scoundrel Santas. We were the cause of all the problems, so it only seems right we should take responsibility and help solve them. White Dad! White Dad makes me white. Chop, you two. Get on the sleigh already. We have the most places on our itinerary out of anyone. You're right. We're going to be hitting virtually every corner of Tokyo. Watch you step on board, Arthur. Okay, seriously. What is this? Like, I don't understand how this was designed by the artist. And I'm like, wow, this is such a sexy scent outfit. Like, what the fuck is this? This is one of the most hideous variant sketches I've ever seen. What the fuck is this garbage? Sorry, I just need to point that out one more time. And when he's doing this while doing that as if it's sexy, it's so fucking stupid. I hate talking about his Santa skin so much. Anybody that's Santa heading towards the Saksa this way. I'll take you all there together in my truck. Maybe it's just not my taste, but like seriously, it's just way too much not my taste. Oh, you sure it's alright? All of us Dark Santas are just gonna be hooving it. You betcha. And we got permission from the authorities to let people ride and back. So get on it. Don't be shy. You guys like it? No, more power to you guys. Can't believe I got roped up into delivering present delivery. Seriously, what a pain in the butt. And delivering to him of all people. Hey, looking good, Tetsuya. Too bad the men don't make the clothes though, am I right? I assume you mean the clothes don't make the man. They are too thick-brained to remember simple idioms. Kenko! There you are. Can you come with me? Hey, Seatree! Oh, wait! Where are you dragging me off, dude? Stop! I'm not even wearing a sand suit. Oh, well, this is way too heavy for me by myself, so I need a big, strong buddy to help me. Please, Kenko! I'll suck your dick. I really will. Seatree's still simping on Kenko, even to this day.
Such muscle. Even if there were no aid for me to give, I'd involve myself with this hullabaloo for my own gratification. The wild hunt, banquet of Yuletide, begins. I shall take the unseen stones and make proper gems of them all.
Is it really okay to leave these guys? They don't seem entirely reliable.
Actually, I think they might just be the perfect choices for their respective groups.
Yeah, there's no need to worry. Everybody's got all the motivation they need from a good steam and a good dinner. Best of luck to you and your Santa duties, Ryota. We shall all be cheering on you from here.
You can count on us to provide the logistical support you may need. Now, the time has come, Arthur. Let's do this, everybody. All together. Let's head out into Tokyo and bring about a new, never-before-seen Santa miracle! Commence departure!
At Tante signal, sleigh after sleigh takes to the sky in an aerial battle of perfect planning and coordination. Be sure to hang on tight, you two. We don't want you falling out now. I guess he's just gonna act as a ranger. Full speed ahead into the snow-laden sky. The stars buzzing by our carriage up high. Mental illness! To the ends we'll fly. Serendipitous delivery! Ah, we're going so fast! And we're so high up!
Children, my ears are open. Let me hear the words of your heart. Birchwood break!
As Tante swings his birchwood bundle, the air around him begins to twinkle like a refraction spot in fine mist, and that twinkle spreads into the night sky beyond the sleigh. It colors the atmosphere like the aurora borealis, and playfully flutters down upon Tokyo from above like a blanket in the wind. Alice? Yeah. For a game master, she sure hasn't gotten the glow up for her own place she deserves. Humpty Dumpty sat in wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And Santa's not coming. He left this demos. Why is that word being used again? Demesne. There's no one to put him together again. Oh, what's this? It's nighttime, but the sky outside the window is so bright. Alice gets up from her bed, dolls still clutching her arms, and moves over to the window for a closer look, drawn in by the light. My, how pretty! Like something you'd see in a dreamscape. Is it this time already? I'll need to begin preparing the tea party post-haste. Alice sure does up her tea with Santa for whatever reason. Dante, what's with the moaning?
I can hear the voices of the children. I can hear what they all want. So many voices, each colored and tuned just a bit differently, all layered upon one another.
Do you think they teach about counties in Tokyo? Counties? I don't know about what you mean by that, but does Japan have counties? They probably do. But nonetheless, the Santa school departure ceremony is strictly for people within Tokyo, so counties are most likely found outside of Tokyo. Countries? Well, I don't think they can really help the rest of the world at this point if they can't leave the walls.
So many voices, each colored and tuned just a bit differently, all layered upon one another. This must be what Headmaster Dead heard all the time. You're so warm. Just like I'm back in the sauna again. Alright, I need to stand my ground. Let's bring happiness to these children. Arthur, fuel, onward! Deadware. Yeah, I kind of want to retract that hug after he compared it to Asana. Like, I know that's like the pinnacle of what's nice for him, but like, really? The panoramic view of Tokyo from the sleighs slowly dots with lights from the family celebrating Christmas. First, there's just a single prick of light, but it's soon joined by more and more. And as the nightscape twinkles with these pinpricks of light, Tamte's notebook begins to glow the same hue. It seems the memories of all the devils scattered throughout Tokyo have safely been recovered into this notebook. There still probably are parts of me scattered here and there in other worlds, though. Someday, I'll have to go gather them up. If you got all the naughty bits of you back, you're probably going to wind up split into light and dark, like Headmaster did. Wait, it just occurred to me. Doesn't that mean you're not just next in line to be Santa Claus, but Dark Santa too? Suddenly my inferiority complex is growing again. I knew you had a lot of talent in you, but still... I was joking. I was joking! I'm kind of jealous of you, Tante. When Christmas is over, I'm definitely gonna have to stab you in that way. I'm definitely going to have to train you with me. So you better get used to the idea. I'm not sure why you sound so angry, but if I can repay you for everything you've done, I will commit. I want to see how the others are doing. Yule, you think you can keep us going a little longer? Do I have a choice? Honestly, you're so needy sometimes, Tante. Where are all the bad kids at? Ogre Santa's come to get ya! Mental illness. So true.
Ow! I'm Takamaru! This was a ridiculous get up!
See? Even the kids see it! That's ridiculous, right? It's not just me. Takamaru? Who is this Takamaru you speak of? I'm actually, I mean, I am the one and only Ogre Santa. And, I seek wicked children, so I can eat them up. Yeah.
Oh, I just had a fun idea. Here, let me whisper to you. Nice, that's good to me. On 3, 1, 2. Ah, let the sun be remain raven! Santa's come to raise the temple!
Right on my temple. Nicky boy's got some nerve. Boyfriends. Hey, I'm Otasumi. I'm Santa Claus. And, I'm looking for naughty kids to eat. Know where I can find any? That's not what Santa Claus says. That's what Mountain Ogre says. Santa Claus says, like, Merry Christmas and junk. Also, if you're trying to hide your identity, the least you can do is wear a fake beard. This is just sad. See? Everyone agrees. Everyone thinks this is the stupidest costume ever. It's so fucking dumb. Look, I had to get changed in a hurry. I'll just play along, okay? Okay, that explains. There's your reason. That is the reason why he looks like a fucking, Mariah Carey slut music video costume. Because he was just in a hurry. No, I'm doing this for Santa School, so there's no need to worry. I'm not here to cause trouble. Well, if that's the case, then we're good. Give my regards to Headmaster Dead when you see him. Yeah, I will. Anyway, I've got some presents for you all.
We were waiting for this! Thank you, Santa!
Come here and give me some sugar. Or just see me and talk my aggressive makeup.
Santa, sir, we've been expecting you.
Yeah, because I shouldn't. Never thought the likes of him would show up in a place like this. Hey, look at the glow up. I mean, this was used for, I believe, Valentine Coliseum as well, but there was a much shittier background that was used before when we last saw them Christmas. Meh, whatever. You don't get a Christmassy reception from me, though. So the best you can hope for is that Kakutsuchi will take you on for fun.
Just say that again. I dare you. See what happens.
Yeah, just as I thought. You can come out now. Why do you have to be delivering presents to Ikutoshi's dojo of all places?
They were formerly the guild's number 6 ranker, if I'm not mistaken. Are you Santa now? How low the mighty have fallen?
Oh wait, that was... Sorry, that was Ikutoshi's voice. They were formerly the guild's number 6 ranker, if I'm not mistaken. Are you Santa Claus now? Oh, how low the mighty have fallen.
Are these friends of yours, Ikutoshi? Hello, how do you do? I'm Kakutsuchi.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm King.
He's one of our Santa helpers, joining us in our magical adventures to bring joy to all the children of Tokyo. And if you're looking to take on Santa's helpers, we'll be happy to fill that role for you.
Incidentally, Kingo would have been a better pair with Iger, not with CJ. Gameplay-wise, just strictly speaking, but sure.
Oh, well, you know, that does sound like a good time.
Someone of your caliber should make for a decent opponent. Yeah, it's Ken and Barbie. They're facing off against him. Barbenheimer too.
That's Citri, was it? And that match against Bathine? That last move you pulled.
You're embarrassing your husband, Takuma, for real.
Well, I guess it'd kind of rude. It'd be kind of rude to talk about it now. How about you just get into position so we can take care of business? Yes, sir. Please let us test our skills on you.
I finally get why you want me to come with you, Citri. Unfortunately for these clowns, I've gotten a ton stronger for them since then. So come and get me while you think you got a chance.
Oh, Keiko, wouldn't take off your shirt. I kind of like it. You two ready? Let the tag team battle begin.
Hey, Kenta, why are you up at this hour? Come nighttime, I tend to attract unsavory... How does he sound again? Oh. I'm giving him a generic voice, but I remember Vargas' voice is a bit peculiar to sound. Hey, Kenta, what are you up at this hour? Come nighttime, I tend to attract unsavory things, I do. You should get some... You should get to sleeping before you get caught up in something unpleasant.
But I don't want to go home. I want to stay here with you, Uncle Bargast. Plus, it's Christmas Eve. I gotta feed Inugami.
Oh, right.
I'll bring you in the 3 spirits for the old captain. But as soon as that's all done and dusted, you should head someplace warm. You'll catch a drought if you stay here.
Okay. Thanks, Uncle.
I ain't done nothing worthy of your thanks. Ain't no thing I can do for you, try as I might.
Yeah, I practiced the Shrek accent a little while ago. It's a bit difficult, but it's certainly a lot more clear to make than the generic British accent for me, which is like completely screw up Turing and Snow whenever they show up. Bit odd though. Not sensing many vengeful spirits and that'll be suitable for Inugami to eat. Surprise! Where are the golden hunters, bearing the lamps of Yuletide? Though I'm not Odin, and I have come by carriage rather than on horseback. Nonetheless. We have come bearing the very feast you desire. Inugami, what's the creature's name? Come out, Inugami. Come and sup. Iger is so fucking irrelevant in the story, it's unreal. Iger punctuates the simple command by instantly releasing his sacred artifact, his jaw. The many vengeful spirits he bound for it, to it for just a moment.
Wow, thanks, mister. Alright, Inugami, it's dinner time.
Emerging in response to his master's voice, Inugami begins to playfully devour the grudges and wicked thoughts that now hang in the air.
So you're Father Christmas then, huh? Oh, that's a bit off. You're dressed for the well done, ain't you? Indeed. I take it you're of Tillanog then. That should mean you're more familiar with All Souls Day than Christmas. And I'm certain you'll concur that for a gem hunter such as myself, this outfit is far more suitable than that of Santa.
Thanks, Mr. Santa. Inugami's belly is all full now.
That's good to hear, my little Ametrine. Hunting those spirits for him was a joy, so I give my thanks to you as well.
Oh, he hunted a bunch of spirits? What the fuck? His jaw is a sacred artifact? I thought I was referring to Inugami's or something. I didn't realize his jaw was a sacred artifact. The fuck? Iger shouldn't be near the poor with the way he acts. Kind of.
That's good to hear, my little amateur. I read this. I have one more thing for the both of you as well. Please accept the invitation. You seek a place to warm yourselves now. Sana Village. When did that pop up? It's a special village prepared just for tonight. And with that invitation, it won't even cost a single coin to enjoy. And why would it? It's Christmas after all. It would be a waste not to enjoy it and be merry on Christmas. Well, I'm convinced. Much obliged, Tokyo Wild Hunt. Yenta, pack your bags. We're headed to Sana Village.
Okay. Thanks again, Mr. Santa.
Don't get too near me though, your pour stinks too much. Welcome, welcome! Would you care for some Christmas champagne? Gangway, we're coming in. Oh, Santa! What a pleasant surprise! What can I do for you today? Oh, wait. Have I seen you somewhere before?
Just Santa Claus. Come to make dreams of a good kid come true on this particular night.
You can't fool me. You're Tetsuya, a regular around here, so I know that face of yours. So, you're Santa now?
You know, if it were like any other world, this would actually diminish the belief in Santa to have a bunch of fake who's around. But it's like, what's it called? It's well established that the Santa departure ceremony exists in the world, so it's a pretty neat sort of in-culture situation that was written in this game. Just for tonight. It's basically a cruel joke some people are playing on me. Anyway, we got a present for you. And then more presents for the guests, and for your family. It's a whole big thing. Seemed easiest to start with you, though.
The prop gets for everyone. Oh, thank you so much. I feel bad I don't have anything for you in return.
Don't worry about it. Just take what you can get. Santa's only supposed to receive the satisfaction of giving, apparently. Anyway, take care. See you again, Nobuharu. Like I will, I mean. Not Santa. Like I will, I mean, not Santa. Though he will too, I'm sure.
Oh, you take care as well. And thanks for your continued patronage, Tetsuya. May you remain every unbreakable as the mountain.
Nice little street friendship there. Seems everyone's got their presents. Good work on the Santa today, team.
So Headmaster Dad should come back now, right? Please tell me he'll be back with us soon.
I think we've done all we can to make that happen. All that's left now is to wait and see if it works. I hate to ask you, but can you take us to just one more spot? There's some place I want more than anything to go to. Familiar. Famty, why have you brought us here? This is the very place where Headmaster Dead saved me. Sorry, you two. But would you mind leaving me here? Not permanently, of course. Just for a little while. I'll promise I'll return. I have to help clean up from the departure ceremony and thank everyone who participated, after all.
Sure. I've been summoned anyway, so I'll go back ahead of you.
You ready to go, Arthur? He was mental and showing for a split second.
You bitches. Having so much talent to hang out with each other. Okay then. Alright, then I'll see you both later. That's my time to get the Santa sack. Yay!
It was snowing that night. The whole world seemed to be enveloped in white frost. The snow silently and suddenly blanketed everything in glittering luster. Yeah, Yule is gone? Like, I'm just kidding with Yule. I mean, yeah, he is kind of mental, but I like Yule. I don't mind if he is a bit mental. Headmaster, I finally got my memories back. Maybe that's why I've also finally been able to see the threads of fate you've always overseen before. And just like you've always said, those fates are linked together more than I ever could have imagined. I'm not alone anymore. And yet, I feel so lonely. I haven't properly repaid you for what you did. I want to help you more. I want to help you more. I want to help you see you again. Oh my god, English please. I want to see you again. Please, come back to me. Headmaster dead. Santa Claus brings happiness to all children. All of them.
Dad, where you been? Dad!
And he can never ignore a crying child.
Master Dad, you really did come back.
Only because a certain someone wouldn't accept my big white present sack.
I'll accept your big white present sack.
Honestly, even if I didn't know if I'd be able to return or not. But then I got Boogeyman before Boogeyman did. But the one decision, not to inherit my sacred artifact, was the deciding factor that allowed both my dark self and me to return. Master dead!
I don't understand why maintaining that sacred artifact will permit that to exist. But sure.
Dead pulls both you and Chante, whose eyes are glazed over with tears of joy, into a very warm and very tender group hug. Done so well, Chante. Just what I'd expect of my adorable little student. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're back. Honestly, it's such a bittersweet thing to see one's children grow up, graduate. But that time is not yet upon us now, is it? There's still plenty of guidance left for me to provide. Thank you for your unwavering support, not just of Tomte, but of everyone, Tomte. If you hadn't been there for Tomte, I fear he would still be a man divided. Will my dark side be okay if you don't hug him too? You're happy to do it if I want? You're the one who wants it, clearly. You should say what you mean. Be honest with yourself. There's no need to be shy. So, shall we head back then? Back to our Santa school. Come on. Unless there's a lump of coal. Ho, 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 ho.
Mystic Christmas. Supportive. What the fuck is this subtitle? That is completely different from every subtitle before. Supportive Santa's greatest gift. Okay, clearly the translation team is a bit split here. Proceed to Epilogue. That is not the subtitle of this event. Anyways, we're gonna finish off with the Epilogue. That's back! That's the only thing that matters in the end. Who cares about saunas? Goodbye, Yompe. You can go sleep away with Tetsuya. I'm gonna go accept Santa's white sack now.
Not anniversary yet, guys. Calm down, but it's very soon. Less than a week. Epilogue. A few days after the departure ceremony, Tante arrives in the headmaster's office, having been informed that Dad was looking for him. You probably know why I've called you here, Tante. It's time to evaluate your performance as head of the departure ceremony. Hey, bring it on. No matter how thick your dick is, I've got my sauna now, so I can take any dick of any size you dish out. That's the spirit, young lad. And I'll be sure not to sugarcoat it and just tell you exactly what I think. Regarding the preparatory effort, one would never be able to tell that you were busy devil hunting while setting everything up. Wait, was that praise? Is he saying I did a good job? Next, working with other schools' executive committees has shown me just how much aptitude you have for behind-the-scenes work. I believe if you work on expanding this field in the future, the sky truly is the limit. A very nice job indeed. Finally, I'm sure you know what's coming, but if there's one place I believe further attention must be paid, it's not the people you're helping, but the feelings behind that help and your awareness of how what you do affects others. Your own feelings are important, but never forget you're in charge of others. Always try to consider those who await you too. Krampus says, buddy.
What? You're his friend? I'm jealous again.
And most importantly, always remember, you're in charge. I think about it, I'm pretty sure he's a closer friend to Krampus than you would be jealous again. Your role puts up you above others, but that doesn't make you right. You're simply the one with the final say on what's best for the group. But your role, as well as your position in the hierarchy, is not and should never be considered indicative of your worth as a person. Not by others and not by you. I'm not worried about you getting arrogant, but I am worried you might get overconfident at times. Is that it? I was expecting to be chewed out a lot more than that. I nearly killed you! Why would I chew you out? The ceremony went smoothly in the end, and everyone had a Merry Christmas. Well, I mean, despite being in charge, I disregarded my role and ran off for a while there. Now that you mention it, you did, didn't you? Running away from school without any prior notification or means of contact. That's naughtyless behavior, through and through. I think you need to be punished for that. Close your eyes, Tante. Okay. No, he's gonna kiss him. That should have been me! Tante closes his eyes as instructed. He quietly braces himself for some sort of shock, but instead he feels something warm gently wrap around him. That should have been me! Keep those eyes closed now. If you open them, I really will punish you. Sorry I gave you my sacred artifact without considering your feelings. That was my failure as Santa. I understand why you ran. Regardless of what anyone else thinks, including you, I think you handled yourself with grace, class, and heart. You went to great lengths to save me. Save us. So all I can say, as punishment for your actions, is thank you. Tante notices that Dad's body seems to be getting even warmer as he finishes his heartfelt thank you speech. That should have been me! He then gives Tante one extra strong squeeze to cap it off. He holds the squeeze, and Tante responds by wrapping his own arms behind Dad's back, returning the embrace. Aw. There's nothing like a good hug from time to time. You may feel free to open your eyes now. It was the first time I've ever been hugged by the dark side of you. It was warm. Felt really nice. I get embarrassed easily when praised like that, so please stop. And don't you dare expect this sort of mushiness from me again. I present this with a new Santa path, different from the one we followed all this time. It's true. You know what? You can keep Dark Dad. I'll keep the Light Dad. Well, we'll do a timeshare sort of thing. There's a compromise. It's fine.
I'm so proud to call him a student.
So true, oddly so true. My opinion on the upcoming units, I'll talk about at the end, yeah.
So consider this my parting gift to you. Or no, it's called a Christmas present.
You're taking both. Sure.
Thank you, Dark Santa.
It's a wonderful present that puts me in a joyous mood.
You bet. No, that's all I've got, but Light Santa has something to say as well while we're at it. I'll search over.
Alright. Dark Santa covered just about everything of note regarding your handling of school events. So I'd like to shift gears and talk about something else entirely. Fortunately, we've already broached the subject of presents, as this is about a present for you from some very special people. Ted reaches into his big white present sack and pulls out an envelope, which he then hands to Tante.
It's a deed to a plot of land, but why? Wait, is this to that farm?
The farm in Idrisville? Did Tante exist in Tokyo first in some random farm, or was he in like Idrisville? I got the impression it was from Idrisville since it's been invaded, but it could have been Tante existed as like some other entity here in Tokyo. I don't even know. As if in response to his own question, I mean, it's not like we saw him get we never did see Tante get summoned to Tokyo per se. We just saw him split up, and it would be strange if he was split up and all his devils were also summoned with him, but I don't know. As if in response to his own question, Tante's notebook glows for a moment, and the memory Tante had previously suffered from stuff comes rushing back into his head.
Is this the deed to Gran and Grandpa's farm? My home from before I disposed of those memories. It is. They told me to give to you once you found what it was you were looking for. If I have this, then does that mean the place is mine? Is ours now? Precisely. And it stands to reason it would be if you ask me. I'm not surprised at all. What you do with the land is entirely up to you. After the Christmas hurdles you've just overcome, I'm confident you'll make the best possible use of it you can. Thank you, Light Santa. I think for starters, I'm going to face my past self.
I like how he calls him Light Santa instead of Dead. That's right. Know your place. You're not allowed to dress with my name. Light Dead is mine. And once that's taken care of, I think of what to do in the future, without being beholden to my rule. I know. Why don't I move to the Solana village there and open it to the public, now that its function here is complete? Maybe I can use the surrounding farmland to grow potatoes for use in meals I'll be serving there. Aww. So he's going back to his roots a bit. Santa.
Once a dreamer, always a dreamer. It's a bittersweet thing, and really, in retrospect. I may be Dead Rose, a Santa who brings joy to young children, but you brought joy in your own unique way as well. I think it's because I'm not trying to be Santa. It just so happens that my goals align with Santa's a bit. Nothing more. And until I've sorted everything out, I'd love to stay here and help. I know it's a selfish quest. But Headmaster Dead, I hope you'll continue to share your guidance and wisdom with me for as long as I remain.
Yet another snowy day descends upon Tokyo. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think Tante is watching me right now. You frantically look around in search of your eyes. The eyes you feel burning into your very soul. All you find, however, is shoveled snow. There's no trace of anyone around, but you decide to act upon a hunch.
Gotcha! Fiddlesticks.
Oh, you fiddlesticks me. Why are you skulking around like that?
Well, I'm done with all my executive committee duties, so I have no reason to be here. I was just trying to think of what to say. My mind always seems to go blank around you for some reason, Ethan. It wasn't like that with Krampus after the departure ceremony. I reached out to them right away. And we were able to deepen our bonds and became really good friends.
You're closer friends with him than I am. I'm so jealous.
So I've been thinking a lot before showing myself here. Think about what kind of relationship I want to have with you from here on out. What, you caught onto me before I found my answer. Oh, how about I just get straight to the point and ask what I want to ask? I want to know if it's okay for me to come hang out with you here from time to time, Harrison. Oh, he's visiting us in Shinjuku Academy. Visited for my beloved? Of course. If Santa School is my home, then to me, this is my home away from home. And my farm is my home away from home away from home. That's not quite right. I should be more truthful. Fact is, anywhere you happen to be, Arthur is.
Aha! I've been looking for you, Tante. Krampus said I was his close friend. I have it in record here, you see? I had a feeling you'd be wherever Arthur and his friends were. You said you were going to do some special Santa training together today, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Yule, good morning. Tante, you should always keep your word. Let's continue this another time, Yule. Special training, though. Special training with you, Yule. The fact of the matter is, I really don't think I have anything to teach you.
Huh?
The Santa Pass. Or the way of Santa, you might say. I'm sure you both understand what I mean when I say that.
Certainly. Master Dead has spoken of it on numerous occasions. What of it?
Yule is like the A+ student who, you know, gets a 92 on her test. It's like, oh, you know, I tried my best here, but it just didn't make any sense. What did you get? 96? How the fuck did you get it? What? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It's that kind of student. He gets like angry because there's a straight A and then some random fucko got better than him. Have you ever asked Headmaster Dead what exactly he meant when he talked about it, Yule?
I just sort of assumed it was like the way of samurai or the arts of the tea ceremony. So I never specifically asked about it, no.
Well, the Santa path that Headmaster Dead teaches is based on what he knows. He's showing you the path he walked to become Santa. But at the end of that path, there is only one Santa. You understand what I'm getting at, Yule, don't you?
You're saying that there's only one Santa Claus like Headmaster Dead, which means just like this Christmas.
That's right. Headmaster Dead became Santa Claus when he inherited his friend's sacred artifact. But because his friend lost that sacred artifact, that friend wound up going somewhere well beyond Headmaster Dead's reach. What even did happen to him? Like, I get what's... There's being de-summoned, right? Which is like when your contract breaks, or you die or something, but you had some sort of contract that held you towards this land, and you get, you know, resummoned, or rather, you return back to your original land, presumably. But losing your existence based on a lack of belief system or a lack of faith in you is a whole different thing. I think that actually just might straight up be irrevocable death. It's better explained in character list that is never getting translated for Dead. Maybe we'll see. Oh, speaking of character quests, let me know if any of you want to see any special quests. I'll be doing like... Honestly, I don't really feel strongly about any of these characters, so I will only be doing maybe one, maybe two, based on what anyone else says, and I have no interest in doing any that I'd pick. But because his friend lost the sacred artifact, that friend's going somewhere well beyond Headmaster Dead's reach. Trying to become the exact same as someone else is destined to have some results every time. And that's not limited to Santa. We will never be exactly like Headmaster Dead. But fortunately, that's not what he wants of us. I think he wants each of us to walk our own unique Santa path. Yule, I think you're amazing.
What?
You've been struggling to find your own path for far longer than I have. Rather than simply mimicking Headmaster Dead's every move like so many others, you embody what he actually expects of us. He may be rather strict on you, but that's only because his expectations of you are so high, and so healthy, and you consistently meet them. He's not hard on you, rather, he dotes on you. He sees something in you. I think even tough love is too light a term.
That's the first time anyone's ever said something like that to me. How do I even respond? Ayrton?
Well, let's think about that together. I won't worry about it too much. Don't let something get into your head. I'm sure if we all put our heads together, we'll come up with just the right idea. Actually, I think I just had an epiphany. How about we all go someplace where we can relax and unwind? Someplace where steam can envelop our bodies and coat us in its thick, healing moisture. An orgy? A place like that is sure to get some ideas flowing in our heads. What's with the look? I haven't said where yet, come on. Well, you didn't have to. We want to go to the sauna. You want to go to the sauna. We got it. That's fine. We can train there. Nathan, you in? Let's go, go, go! And let's invite everyone else too. Just be sure you actually train, okay? As you follow along behind Tante, Yul darts past you to walk by his side. You look up into the sky and see a single snowflake dance through your field of vision. The season's last hurrah as winter winds down and a new spring looms on the horizon. Mystic Christmas, support of Santa's... That is not the subtitle of this event, but whatever. Support of Santa's greatest gift. End. Anyways, I don't see any recommendations for special quests, so I'm just gonna go straight to the end then. Since I don't care about any of these characters, and no one said anything. It's a pretty longish stream. 2.5 hours is... Okay, it's like average length. It's not that long, but it's not too short either. But no one said anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead to telling you my thoughts. I do regret actually not being able to read out the special quest for Mystic Christmas, because holy shit, we actually had sex with Santa. I was so happy because of that. But some things are better kept between ourselves, I suppose. Let's move a bit closer. So, that is it for Mystic Christmas! It was very formulaic in the end, and half the characters didn't even matter. Citri didn't matter, and Aiger didn't matter, and Kalki, like, didn't matter in the end, but in the very least, he was a nice gateway to Comte's development. So I like that sort of second look on it. And I feel like Tetsuo was the one that mattered the most, which is surprising because Tetsuo is like the most boring character out of the bunch, just from the outset. But, you know, Tetsuo never fails to deliver in terms of being charming whenever he does show up. These characters aside, Kante's story was pretty interesting, and as I said, I'm a big fan of questioning what exactly, you know, delineates good from evil, and just, you know, hating that system in general. It's very stupid in real life that we have to subjugate that. But, you know, well, but it's just, as this game has perpetually taught us, not just with this event, but with every event and in the main story, these systems exist, and we have to find a way to live with them. Sometimes we can face them, sometimes we, like, embrace them, but either way, we have to confront them somehow. But yeah, the end turned out pretty good overall. The ending was shaky though. I don't really understand how not taking up the sacred artifact would permit that to continue existing. Because it's like, either way, no one actually did see specifically Demerose. So I don't know why it's like, what? I don't know. It's like everyone saw Tomte handing out presents, right? Well, I guess Tomte himself wasn't handing out presents, but he didn't have to, even if he did take up the sacred artifact for Santa. So it's very bizarre that, like, it was a bit of a hand wave of why that allowed that to return. But yeah, his own existence fading, that was a nice risk to be had, because that's a lot more scary than, you know, being desummoned, like with Babylon or SSL. Presumably they just go back to the original world, but in this case, when you're gone, you're just gone. But yeah, I think it was a nice examination in Dead's backstory, as well as I don't know, after reading Sunshine Christmas, I kind of missed Yule's mental illness, so it was nice seeing tidbits of it here again, even though, like, I was kind of exaggerating, of course, but him being jealous in the very few scenes he had is just, like, so on character for him. I love it. But yeah, it's always surprises me how LifeWonders has been able to think of such a creative Christmas event or story every time. I will say, like, it's not creative in the sense of it's creative relative to other events, because it is pretty formulaic. But it's creative in the sense that you look at Christmas stories from, like, everywhere else outside in media, and then they just rehash the same stories of, like, Ebenezer Scrooge and the Three Ghosts or whatever, or, like, Home Alone, and just, they do the same things, and there's nothing original fundamentally with the stories of Christmases, right? It's always about family and, you know, getting together and the meaning of Christmas and all of that. But wonderfully, LifeWonders goes above and beyond that, and it's not just about family and about connections and all that, but it's really about confronting the very basis of Christmas and its history and mythology and adjacent entities, and even the concepts that we don't think too much about, like the, you know, naughty and nice list and all that. Very cool. Eden does suck. I'll read out the chat, and then I'll give a few extra bonus thoughts for those that decide to stay up at this point, and then I'll close out the stream. Let's see. Should be sleeping, so it's fine. Yeah, you should get to bed soon. Good work on the Fantastic Boys Friends videos. He's still producing those, so be sure to check those out. He worked very hard on them. Great stream. Thank you very much. It's like family. Well, I think it's beyond that point at this point. It's what Tomte and Dead has is between Dark Dead and him. I'll just keep Light Dead. I'm fine. Trust the process. Dead inherited the rule and roll from Sec. If someone picks it up, they inherit it, and he can't get it back. I understand it like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Dead has to stop existing too. Like, what? What? I don't understand that. Like, I mean, that wasn't the cause of him to disappear, but it's like, I don't know. I don't get it. Is it like Dead's existence outside of Santa's too weak to exist on its own now? But even if that were the case, it's just like, how would Tomte taking the sack versus not taking the sack have made a difference? That doesn't make sense to me. Eden sucks. So true. Good night, everyone, and bye-bye. All right, I'll just leave a few bonus thoughts for the people on the nice list, as well as the naughty list, who decide to stay on this long for the stream. I actually am privy to a bit of the anniversary details because of a certain channel, but I'll let you guys know right now. It seems there's going to be a new dungeon probably being released, the Aoyama dungeon, so that's gonna be exciting. As well as the host for this year is gonna be Virtual Influence. Virtual Influence? Not Virtual Influence. It's that band. What's it called? Viral Influence. Viral, you know, Ben 10's band. That one. Should be Roppongi. Yeah, Roppongi, same thing. We already had Aoyama, you're correct. I was mistaken, but that's correct. It's the Aoyama Guild featuring Toji. So Tycoons! Excited for that. But yeah, Anniversary is coming up very soon. That leak was coming from a place that was not like predicting very far ahead. So it should be coming, honestly, immediately when Mystic Christmas is done. So I am preparing for that right now. It's going to be crazy for me. Just before the stream all day, I was preparing the assets for the alleviations for the reprinted Transient Summons. Which, by the way, yes, all the usual ones are going to be reprinted. Jurassic and Marine and Valentine, Snowfight, and even Fantastic Boyfriends, but not the AR summons, because no one cares about that. So yeah, look forward to those. I know I will. I'll be getting ready for those. And then I'm gonna die, because on top of that, I still have the proper Christmas event to prepare for, as well as the Gangster reprint, as well as possibly Chapter 14 prologue, or Chapter 15 prologue, which I don't give my thoughts yet, but I'm excited for that if it does come out, because I think Amaterasu and Michael have been hyped up for a very long time that I'm actually eager to get them. And, you know, I'm kind of whatever about Masashi, and Quantum's okay, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited because, you know, they are the rule makers that are actually threat, right? It's like, we know about the threats, the big threats in the warmongers, as well as the invaders now, but that's true after all their chapters, but we've known from the big threats from the rule makers from the beginning, and we never got good screen time for them. And they were Matarasu and Michael, and we hadn't seen them in a long time, but it'll be great if we can finally get them now. But yeah, those are my thoughts for real this time. And I'm heading out. Have a very merry Mystic Christmas, and I will see you guys most likely within the next week. See ya.